Hello Arsenal fans, Neomis here, giving you another video. Now, EDU's just recently done a video with Sky Sports, an interview. It's a short little one, and I thought I would do a bit of a reaction of me watching the video, giving you a bit of commentary. So here it is, and yeah, let's go.
Immense pressure right now. Also, your own job comes under criticism. It comes in line.
Look at that stupid look on his face. Like, he looks so nervous. Like, all of this is just a PR stunt. I'm telling you, Arsenal fans. One big public relations stunt. I mean, their PR team, like, it's got to get a raise. I mean, plus with the added fact that this is the year they're doing a whole Amazon documentary, which I'm sure is going to be a comedy to everyone else that isn't an Arsenal fan.
As well. The criticism of you is that you haven't done this job in Europe before, and you don't know the European market.
Again, look at this look on his face. He looks so nervous, so nervous. A small part of me feels sorry for him because the pressure is on.
What do you say to that criticism? And also, what and when would you be able to say is, when will it be where you can be judged for what you've done, what your policy at the club?
Great questions. I thought really good questions. It's a short interview, but three fantastic questions to kind of ask Edu, because these are kind of two of the questions that I think every Arsenal fan wants to know, and I think it's important that he's able to answer these appropriately.
Respect all the pressure. I became from Corinthians.
I don't think you respect the pressure, mate. Like, absolutely not. I don't think he understands truly what is coming his way.
For Brazil international team, which is unbelievable pressure as here. And I understand the fans, I understand the reason, and accept that. But we need a little bit of time to do what we plan to do.
What is it that you are planning to do is the question. How much time do you need? And who's this we? Is it him and Vinay, or is it him, Vinay, and Arteta, or is it him and Arteta? Like, who's the we? Who's the we in this situation? Because I'm telling you this right now, like, things just have to improve on the pitch. If things were better on the pitch, then maybe fans could kind of wait. But what we see is a side who looks like they're going for a relegation battle this season. I mean, the fact that we haven't even been able to score a goal this season is mind-blowing in the Premier League. Crazy.
I'm not saying, because I know this kind of word hurts a lot Arsenal fan when you're talking about timing, patience, but it's the reality. So that's why when I say to you, we have to create a good foundation. To create a good foundation, you need the time.
Because you know you don't get time in football.
I know, but that's why you make some kind of the decisions. Sometimes you have to make some decisions, not to look in the future. We believe in our squad now, but we believe this squad can be even stronger in the future, not in the short periods. I have to thinking about my.
The squad is not good enough in the short period, but good enough in the long period. So what are you trying to say? That they're not going to improve? Like, we must wait until Odegaard and Tavares and Tomiyasu and who else? What, Ben White? Who else did we get? Sambi, like, what, in 3-4 years time? Is that really what you're trying to tell us? You're trying to tell me we should give Arteta that type of time? No, get out of here. No, he's never gonna get that time. And you know what? Neither will you. And when it comes to long-term planning, like, you completely mess it up. Lacazette, 1 year left. In Nketiah, oh my god. Like, any type of long-term planning, like this situation on Lacazette and Eddie Nketiah, in 2020, this should have been resolved. At some way, shape or form. Either both should have been sold or they should have been given new deals. But it's ridiculous.
Job is to thinking about short periods but in the long period as well. How are we going to plan that kind of journey?
Well, you haven't been thinking in the long term, because if you did, then like I said, with Lacazette and Nketiah, you'd have gotten right. Then in so many situations, why have you given Xhaka a new deal? Because he ain't the man for right now or in the future. And in the future, he'll be old as fuck. Like, explain to me what he's supposed to contribute to the team, because I don't know. Like, it's one thing for you to go and not take Roma's deal, which I think it was a bit low. But to then give him a new deal? Why? Why? Doesn't make any sense.
Because if we now sign one or two players and we have a 3, 4, 5 gaps to fill, and then people are going to look to us and say as well, guys, what are you doing? Because you spend a lot of money here and here. What about the other position for the future?
Well, that's what we're asking. And I don't mind bringing players in for the future, but I know that that's not the plan. I know that that's a lie. I know it's a bold-faced lie, because I'll tell you this right now, Arsenal fans, if you're watching, look at me in the camera. Arteta's not the one to build up young players. He isn't. He doesn't like using young players. And he even said it last season when just after we came out that difficult period. Never would he have imagined he would have been reliant on Saka and Smith Rowe. He did not want to build this team around the young players. He wanted to build this team around Willian and Xhaka, and probably Aubameyang up front in the spine, with probably David Luiz in defence and Bernd Leno as the goalkeeper. That's what I think he wanted the spine to be. And Edu was all part of that long-term planning of that. And if that is the case, if I'm even remotely right, no, this is terrible decision-making. Terrible strategy.
So the balancing is not easy to get. But we, again, we believe what we're doing. Talking about my role, I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure of me, board and the club, because the situation which we are now is not acceptable. But listen,
You got that right. It isn't acceptable.
now is the moment to everybody being together, and I'd like to see in these difficult moments people step forward and get the responsibility. I am responsible for what we're doing.
So did you enjoy the video? Because I thought it was hilarious. Some of the comments that he made in there, and where he, if you read in between the lines on where he thought Arsenal were going or not going, I think it was very interesting, very telling. The pressure is on Edu, the pressure is on Vinay, and the pressure is on Arteta. And you have to say that even though the pressure is on Edu, probably Arteta will be the first scapegoat. He'll be the one to go, because if the performances on the pitch were better, then we wouldn't be in this situation. Then everybody would be able to kind of swallow what he's trying to say. But long term, things don't look good for where Arsenal fans want Arsenal to be. But let's see how it all goes. Yeah. Leave your comments below. It's very telling on how things are going to be. Really interesting to hear what you guys have to say. And I guess I'll see you guys next time on my next video, which is in the link in the description below.